Welcome, everyone, to California Speedway. Fontana, California gets us ready for the start of the second race of the season. Welcome to Winstel Cup Series action here on ABN. I'm Carmen, Sienna. We're glad you're with us here. Qualifying underway. It's always a good time to be here in California. We're here for back-to-back days. Day one in our coast-to-coast trip here in California starts right now. Some outstanding stuff so far that we've seen. 39 drivers have already set qualifying lap times. We will see 45 cars on the grid here today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty. Getting into everything going on here. Here's a bit of an idea of the points entering tonight's event. Colin Keister winning the Daytona 500 a week ago. He sits at the top of the board ahead of Brennan McGee, Jose Solis Jr., Gabriel Mauricio, Kirk Marble, Philip Snipes, Sean Pelleg, Imwe Howell, TJ Crampton, and Anthony Kroback, your top 10 in points as things stand here. Points right now don't matter too awful much. They will become more important here in the next couple races. The top 35 battle is going to be very important to keep an eye on here. We will follow that a little bit closer on as we get into the next couple races here, with Bristol coming up as well. That's going to be a wild card. But here's a look at your early top 10, your early chase running as things stand up to the first race of the season. That being said, we do have the starting grid ready to go here, 45 cars. Let's get into it. Bottom of your screen is where you're going to see all that information pop up here. It is Brandon McKissick and Jacob Botak at the front of the field. They'll be scrolling at the bottom of your screen throughout. Lucas Davila and Christian Budd in row number 2. Row 3, Brennan McGee and Evan Locke. Then it's Sean Pelleg and Jose Solis Jr. Row 4. Ty McWhorter and Ryan Andrew make up your 5th row, your top 10. As you see them scroll at the bottom of your screen, some important people not in the top 10. Christian Strader, rookie making his debut. He starts 11th in row 6 alongside Dylan Roberts. Got Nick Doucette starting in 15th. He's inside row number 8 alongside Mike Rasmus. Tyler Head, former champion, starts in row 10 alongside Peter Ryan. Colin Keister, last week's winner, will start a little bit further down the running order. He starts down in 21st position. Some great stuff going through the running order here. But as we mentioned, the full field of cars, 45 to be precise, here at Daytona, or here at California as it was at Daytona. A lot of cars ready to go racing. Field as they roll on through. Letting the cars get loud here at California Speedway. Auto Club 500 not far away. Time to get the party started. We will give it another lap here. Looks like lights on that pace car as we get ready to dive in. Appreciate everyone spending your Sunday evening with us. It's been a wild weekend so far of racing, whether it's the real-life road course racing we've seen this weekend, or the oval racing we've got this weekend here on ABN. Homestead last night from coast to coast to California here tonight. And we'll be in California again tomorrow night as well. On your screen, right-hand side, some of the stuff coming up here on ABN tomorrow night, the HTL Cup Series finale. Then we head over to No Limits, Texas for the Arcs High Octane Series, and then the Winstel Cup Series from Bristol next Sunday, 7:45 p.m. All of that here on ABN. As the field gets ready to roll. Information you need top of your screen. That's the positions for the drivers. Jacob Potak not present at Daytona. Your defending Winstel Cup Series champion starts outside front row. Brandon McKissick, last time we were here, was the center of controversy. Can he get to the center of victory lane here tonight? 45 cars, one ambition, and that is to go fast. And we're underway. We get to do just that here in California. Out of turn 2 for the first time, building up speed here in Fontana. No restrictor plate, no problem. Still door-to-door, side-by-side. It is the 42 of McKissick and the 24 of Jacob Potak. Potak drifts out wide, but it's going to work out for him. He's going to take the lead and grab lap 1. Potak clear here on lap 2. Gets to the bottom of the racetrack. That's Christian Budd in the 17, that Carhartt machine just behind. And then you'll have the 19, Lucas Davila, in the fray. In that fifth spot, the 33. Evan Locke is in that 33 car this season. From Team Penske all the way to Richard Childress Racing. His teammate right behind him, Jose Solis Jr., sits in the 6th spot, having gotten around Brennan McGee. Ryan Andrews, Sean Pelleg, and Dylan Roberts round out your top 10 at the moment. So far, so good, though, at the front of the field. McKissick trying to respond to Potak as he leads lap number 3. Line astern, first 4 cars. Take that first 5. It is a madhouse right behind Ryan Moyer, the 31. The seams marked out that darker rubber line, indicating all the different lanes available here in California. Car spins, 25, and the 0-0 around, and caution for the first time tonight. Alex Bates in the 0-0 around. And Corey Cook also involved in our opening caution here in the Winstel Cup Series at California. Thankfully, only a 2-car incident here and not a lot of damage. All things considered, a little bit of damage on especially the front end of that 0-0 machine of Alex Bates. Field, little reset here. So let's take a look at what happened here on the opening lap. Here on the opening caution of the race here in California. Looks like Corey Cook just kind of drifting up here a little bit. 72 in the fence. Alex Bates not really moving down. It's just Corey Cook washing up the racetrack there in front of the 07. Tyler Murray sort of threads the needle a little bit. This is where the contact comes in with that Orida 38 machine. A little bit of contact there. Everyone coming down the pit lane for the first time. Two cars out as we try to get things reconfigured. We're seeing a couple of inaccurate paint schemes, it looks like here. Trading Paint's letting us down just a little bit. See if we can diagnose that. James Grantham should be in the 38, but I believe the 38 should be a little bit different. There is Zach Tyndall in the 28. His car popping up correctly. Perfect. How about James Grantham? The 38 car we believe involved in this opening caution. Is it the right 38? It is. Not the correct number. But unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to have a lot of say in that. We do know it is correct here for Christian Budd, who takes over the lead here. First pit stops for most of the field, including Jacob Potak and Brandon McKissick. A few cars stay out. Steve Brown, Hayden Rapa will come down pit lane this time. So the Christian Budd, Lucas Davila, Ryan Andrew, and Ty McWhorter, your top four. Parker Alexander completes the top five. Christian Budd will lead the way here. Former champion of the series. Ryan Moyer, series rookie. In that top 10 as well, alongside Jacob Potak, Brandon McKissick. You see some of the drivers that came down pit lane this time. Sean Pele, Nick Doucette, Brandon McKissick, all in the top 10. Christina Ryan moves up to 11th. Jose Solis Jr. in 12th. Evan Locke, Dylan Roberts, Tom Willett, your top 15. Gabriel Mauricio, Christian Strader, Mike Rasmus, Colin Keister, Tyler Head, Philip Snipes there in the 21st, just outside the top 20. Emily Howe from Dale Earnhardt Incorporated to Michael Waltrip Racing in the 55 car in 22nd. Brandon Cruz, Jordan Barabee. And then you see the 41 of Lucas Strayer running at your top 25. Pace car pulls in. 44 cars on the lead lap, one car lap down, Zach Tyndall. It's time to get back underway. We're racing once again here in Fontana. There was a spin in the back, single car, Corey Steinhauser. But out of the way, we keep going. Bud leads the way. And the madhouse begins again. Oh, trouble. Cars in the fence. Several involved, and caution is out. Tom Willett among the group. that went through the grass. Mike Rasmus also went through the grass there, but other cars ended up in the fence. Let's take a look at what happened here for the second caution of the night. You see Tom Willett calling Keister just with the racetrack just a little bit. That's across the nose of Tyler Head in that 35 machine. And you see Mike Rasmus and the 78 go through the grass. Right underneath the blimp here. Not a lot of damage, but noticeable for Tyler Head. The camera we had going in. Blink and you miss it. The Daytona 500 winner. Just drifting at the racetrack just enough to cause a 5-car chain reaction out of turn 4. Keister involved in that as well, 30. And as we mentioned, the 78 also got a piece of it. So back to live pictures here in California. Zach Tyndall was a lap down. He will get his lap back. Second caution of the night here in California. Everyone simply trying to make moves, and those moves not panning out. Getting ready to go back racing here in California. See how this all pans out with Christian Butt at the front of the field once again. Flag flies, second time, back underway. It was Bud and Davila, Ryan Andrew in third, Kosak and Alexander not far behind. Kotak wasted no time trying to move to the front. flying here. Getting back up to speed, getting these tires up to temperature, importantly. 2 quick cautions back to back has really cooled the tires off, and it's going to take them a second to get those tires where they need them to be. There's an underrated facet of how important it is to get these tires up to temperature. Couple laps under green now. Everyone should be well and good to fire off here in the turn 1 and 2 at full bore. A little loose there is Davila. Dancing out of turn 4 there. Bud still out front. And pole sitter in 4th. Potak battling for 3rd. Ryan feeling confident and comfortable right now in that Team Red Bull machine. She's up in the top 10. One of the biggest movers so far, up 13 spots. Ryan Moyer equal to that. Moyer in the 10th spot, so 2 cars on the move, now in the top 10. Evan Melanson in the 56th, that Best Buy Chevrolet. He has made up 20 spots. He is the biggest mover so far. From 40th to 20th so far. He finished in the top 35. He needs to continue that run. He wants to get into the top 35 in the owner's points to be locked in. And he will stay in the 20th spot down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. That's the 03, the rookie, Christian Schrader. And behind him, another rookie. And Lucas Strayer. So Strader and Strayer. Sandwiching the 66 of Melanson. Also at the 47 to Jordan Barabee. Josh Chen, those are juniors in this group. A little loose is the 03. Who will drop a spot, and Melanson moves up to 19th. This driver who did not have a great time at Daytona a week ago, Anthony Kroback. He is about where he started. Started this race in the mid-20s. This is around the highest he's been. He's 22nd right now. And right now sort of holding station ahead of another rookie, Blake Cannon, who did not get to qualify for the 500. Already Daytona 500 winner, Colin Keith. You see how damaged this car is, the number 30. From around 15th when the caution went out the second time, to currently sitting in 41st. Very rough situation there for the 30. And now it is all eyes on Christian Budd. Jacob Potak is in the realm of threatening the 17. The stories these two car numbers have had, the 17 and the 24, especially here at Fontana. Christian Budd leads the way. He has led 15 and 19 tonight. Saw an update there right at the bottom of your screen. Jacob Potak has had the other portion of the laps. Only 4. Budd gets loose. Potak's right there to attack, and he's going to look for it. Bottom of the racetrack, sails it into turns 3 and 4. Kotek led that lap. It will be door-to-door going into turn 1. He's got a pretty good view in the house here. On board with the 42. You can see right now he's running just a little bit faster as they battle. Takes the middle lane, does not want to get to the white line. Holds that middle lane and holds it pretty well. Everyone else washing up a little bit. He held pretty firm there. Gets the inside this time. A little bit of latency, though, from McKissick. He was a lot faster that time. Over half a mile faster. Just right there to the door of Christian Budd and sails it into turns 3 and 4. Sunlight through 3 and 4, that glare is going to be more of a factor. So far, put McKissick up into second place. Someone else to keep an eye on, that 48 car. Sean Pellig, two-time race winner last season. First time in his Winstel career he had won more than one race in a season in Winstel competition. Felt like he was on top of the world, given the progress he's made in this very stacked Winstel Cup Series field. He's top 5 here tonight as well. Getting into the rhythm here in Fontana, beginning to feel the field spread out a little bit here. Tires are on the forefront of everyone's minds here. Wide racetrack, a lot of lanes to run. All of them require tire underneath of you. And these cars will slip and slide a little bit in the California sun. And you're seeing that right now. Christian Budd dancing that car around as he loses the spot completely to Brandon McKissick. He was trying to hold on to the outside lane. Won't be able to do so. McKissick clear to engage the race leader and the defending champion. Side by side, the 42 and the 24. Drifts up, McKissick takes the lead. New race leader for the third time. And Potak wants an immediate answer. He actually takes the lap back. So no official lead change there. Potak led at the line, but immediately up in the fence. They are dancing around. Keep an eye on the 56 of Ryan Andrew. Andrew trying to go from third to first. Potak got away from him just a little bit there. First race in Hendrick Motorsports equipment. You see the latency there from McKissick. Once again, taking effect. And that could be a factor later on. Right now, drivers more willing to give a little bit. He will give nothing in the later stages of this race. Christian Budd dropped down to fourth place. And he's under threat by the 48 of Pelleg. He rips it to the top side. Locke sitting in that 6th spot. Closing in a little bit. And right there ahead of Mauricio. Nick Doucette, Dylan Roberts, and Jose Solis Jr., your top 10 at the moment as things stand. So far. He's been off to the races in this top 10. Pretty good stuff so far. Kotak battling with Ryan Andrew for second. Heavy fights going on all throughout this field. That's the 15 of Nick Doucette. His teammate just ahead of him. Number 8 of Dylan Roberts. Jose Solis Jr. in the 29 machine as pit stops have begun. Bud, Mauricio, Davila, Alexander, and Moyer have come down the pit lane to open this first green flag sequence of pit stops. Two cars a lap down at the moment. Before the cycle began, that was Brandon Cruz and Colin Keister. Ryan Andrew down the pit lane. He will be the only taker of the top 10 in pit lane that time. He will lose a lap here in Fontana in the pit stop sequence under green. But the fresh Goodyear tire is pretty valuable. You'll get that time back and then some. The exchange is you'll be at a detriment at the end of your next run. So McKissick might be planning a stop this time. So might be the 48 of Sean Pelleg. Nope, they stay out. Just got it really low on the racetrack that time. Got it down right to the white line. We haven't seen either of them run that line too awful much this run. They are running it now. Couple more takers this time. Nick Doucette, Philip Snipes, Steve Brown, Tom Willett. Down the pit lane this time through. And you see the car coming out of pit lane. That is Ryan Andrew, the 56. Came out right behind where he was, but now he's a lap down. Here comes Christian Budd, who also came down for tires here. This is going to get a little bit tricky. Kotak was trying to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Ryan Andrew was there. And Ryan Andrew does not want to lose time right now. He can't really afford to lose time right now. You want to try to hold the position that he had at least. You want to break even. Because Mauricio, teammates for Hendrick Motorsports, 3 of them in that screenshot. And Mauricio goes through. McKissick staying out. A lot of drivers going long here. Jordan Barabee, Lucas Strayer, Anthony Crow back down pit lane this time. When do the leaders come down? And it looks like it might be this time. Maybe. No, not the leaders. They're going really long here. I do wonder what the game plan is. If you're trying to do it on one stop, you've got to go all the way past lap 40. I don't think anyone can get there. Parker Alexander trying to get his lap back. The important part now, we've seen a couple sketchy situations with the leaders. It is sketchy the further back you go in the field. Ryan Daly, Craig Lautenslager, James Grantham, and Zach Tyndall down on pit lane this time. We're seeing a couple of sketchy situations where if a caution comes out mid-cycle, a lot of cars end up pinned a lap down here. And it's not a great place to be. Huge chunk of cars came down pit lane this time. Kotak, Solis, Roberts, Locke, Chen, Ryan, Hal, Strader, Murray, Cannon, Melanson, Cook, Huff, and Benson. Part of a very busy pit lane. You see the pit lane. Pretty busy stuff there. They have come down the pit lane. McKissick, hemorrhaging time, hand over fist. And he gets down, and he will come down pit lane this time. He's got to get down below 55 miles an hour. It looks like he does. Sean Pellick joins him in pit lane this time. And Brendan McGee will take over the race lead. New race leader. Last year's Daytona 500 winner, Brendan McGee, now at the front. Mike Rasmus, Ty McWhorter, Brandon Coppinger, Jeff Yinich, and Hunter Waters. In your 6th position, Hayden Rapa and Corey Steinhauser will be 7th and 8th. And then Christian Budd leading the group that has come down pit lane so far. He will inherit the 9th position over Ryan Andrew and Gabriel Mauricio. He will be outside the top 10 until more of these pit stops take place. Speaking of which, Brendan McGee, he's led a lap. He's grabbed 5 bonus points. He has come down the pit lane, and so will Mike Rasmus. Jeff Yinich in 27 missed the 500 last week. He'll grab a bonus point. He'll grab 5 of them for leading a lap here in Fontana. He's been coast to coast from top to bottom in that number 27 machine. He currently leads the way. Hayden Rapa in the 58. Sitting in the 2nd spot, going long as well. So a little bit of damage on the 25 there. Corey Cook in that GMAC machine. Yinich has come down the pit lane this time, so he will surrender the lead. Does Hayden Rapa also join him? We'll find out. He's also looking for some 5 bonus points here. And he will get it. Hayden Rapa, new race leader. Andrew will inherit the race lead, it looks like, when Hayden Rapa comes down the pit lane at the moment. 2nd place. The undercut strategy definitely worked. Yeah, 1st and 2nd, Christian Budd in that runner-up spot right now. It has been pretty open road at the moment for them. Jacob Potak, one of those that went a little bit longer, looking for that tire longevity later on in the run. Both him and McKissick at the very stray end of the top 10. Potak in 9th, McKissick in 10th. Trying to battle their way around. Jose Solis Jr. Reports speeding on pit lane for Brendan McGee. I do believe is the report we had there. He is now down in the 30th position. He was in the top 10 when that pit stop cycle started. So that's a pretty big hit for him. Hayden Rapa has come down the pit lane. So he was the last holdout that needed to come down the pit lane. He almost got to lap 40. He almost got to the magic number. So keep an eye on the 58. See what he can do. Ryan Andrew going around at the moment as the race leader. 31 laps to go. Let's go ahead and try to go through the field just a little bit here. Ryan Andrew all over the place here, as low as 39th. Pit stops will kind of shake that up, but he is your race leader at the moment. He's got a little over 0.6 of a second to the former champion of the series, Christian Budd. He's led the most laps so far. That is under threat. The more that Ryan Andrew leads the way, the Christian Budd, who came down pit lane early, wanted that track position. He currently has it. The question is, can he hold on to it as the run goes on? Gabriel Mauricio, the motorsports driver, battling with that is the lap car of Nick Doucette, the 15 car. He's down in 44th position at the moment. Mauricio in third on a little bit of an island. It's a full 2 seconds to get to Jose Solis Jr. 3 cars in this fight. Very interesting battle here. Solis, Potak, and McKissick. 3 wide through 4. Potak has to back out of it just a little bit. Didn't have the grip to stay in that middle lane. But this is a good cluster of cars here to battle it through. Jacob Potak battling in this top 5 battle with Brandon McKissick. Exciting little exchange here, but a little bit of latency again for McKissick. Can be frightening. Parker Alexander, and that UPS. Toyota Camry for Michael Waltrip Racing. He is in the top 10. Great run so far. Didn't have the most fun Daytona 500, unless you want to count flips and flying as fun. Take off the restrictor plate and let him rip, and Parker Alexander knows how to get it done here. He is top 10 in 7th for the brand new team and the brand new manufacturer. Toyota has a car in the top 10. Ryan Moyer trying to challenge him for that 7th spot, though, sitting in the 8th position. He's been top 5 at a couple points. Parker Alexander will make it a little bit easier, and Moyer gets around, and so will Dylan Roberts. At Budweiser, number 8, now position number 8. As they roll through the field. Alexander now down in 9th place. And the cluster of battles going on here as well. Evan Locke sitting in the 11th spot, 3 wide. And Sean Pellick to the bottom. Evan Locke shoots the gap in the middle. Alexander giving up positions a lot here. Not comfy with where that car's out right now, and you can tell. Sean Pellick has gotten himself up into the 9th spot, but it's a tight battle for 9th. Looking at the bumper of Ryan Moyer. Ryan Moyer, the rookie, sitting in that top 10 position, and Evan Locke gets a little loose. Right there behind his teammate. We'll have to hold station in 10th. Josh Chen, the number 60. A little bit latency from him as well. The 60 car in 11th place. And he is up 11 spots from where he started. Overall, not a bad effort. Steve Lucas Davila, the 19, was as high as 2nd. He has lost 10 spots after qualifying this race in 3rd. Still time to get things corrected here. Christina Ryan in 15th position behind Emily Howe. Accidentally skipped one. Double quick by accident. But she has had a pretty decent run. Was in the top 10. Did not have the fastest pit stop last go around. And dropped her back down into the 15th spot behind Emily Howe, who is up 11 spots. In that 14th position, her teammate not far away from her, Parker Alexander, in 12th. Both of them still battling it out here pretty well with less than 25 laps to go. Jordan Barabee, one of last year's rookies. He has moved over to Wood Brothers Racing, that 47 machine, sitting in 16th place. About where he started. He started this race in 18th. He's been as high as 12th. And right now, he is in the ebb and flow part of this. Not really close to Christina Ryan or Emily Howe, but also has the advantage of position over Tyler Head and Anthony Krobach, who are door-to-door. Going into turn 1, Tyler Head, former champion. From Chevrolet to Ford. As he rolls through turns 1 and 2, gets ahead of Anthony Krobach there. He's in the 17th spot. He qualified this race in 19th, but he's been top 10 at points. Also involved in the second caution of the night. So far, the last caution so far. Anthony Krobach, quiet but effective. That was how his team operated at Daytona. More of the same here in California. more interesting point is that he qualified this race in 35th position. He has made his way up to the 18th spot, 17 positions gained, second most in the field. Philip Snipes, 19th place in the Blue Deuce for Team Penske, battling with Brennan McGee for that 19th spot. The top 20, door-to-door, 2 Dodge machines. Those Chargers battling it out. Within the top 20, Brennan McGee, former Daytona 500 winner, was also in the top 10 at points. Has now dropped down to the average for McGee here at Fontana. But he is now in the 19th spot. Mike Rasmus makes over the 20th position, getting around Philip Snipes. And Evan Melanson, 19 spots gained, still the most in the field. He is down in 22nd position. His objective, top 35 in points. So far, he is well and truly in the good at the moment. If he can grab some more spots here over the next 22 laps, I think he'll be a job well done for the 66 team. He's in 21st now. Snipes loses ground. Christian Schrader was 23rd when we started this, now up to 22nd. As Philip Snipes begins to fall backwards here. More pit stops happening. Christian Budd, Dylan Roberts, Gabriel Mauricio, and Parker Alexander. Once again, first one's in. And this will get them through the door to the end of the race. Ryan Andrew leads the way. And you can see that group of 3, the 3 Musketeers, that were 4th, 5th, and 6th for a moment, now sitting for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Solis comes down pit lane this time. So does Davila. Trying to take over the race lead once again. Coming to 19 to go. And they dive down pit lane together. So does Jacob Kotak. Sean Peleg will take over the race lead and grab 5 bonus points for leading a lap. New race leader, Sean Peleg. He's been a present top 10 force tonight. He grabs his first lap lead on lap 51. Lap 52 now underway. Everyone now in the window to get to the end of the race. That was Nick Doucette that bounced off the wall a little bit entering turn 3. Coming down pit lane, Evan Locke and Ryan Moyer. So both of the RCR cars coming down pit lane this time. A couple laps after Jose Solis Jr. did, their third car for RCR. Jordan Barabee, Anthony Krovac also down pit lane. James Grantham, the 38, also down the pit lane at the moment. Here comes Sean Peleg down pit lane this time. Josh Chen. He will take over the race lead, new race leader, and 5 bonus points. Watch it take over here. 17 laps to go here in Fontana. Only how Christina Ryan currently completing the top 3 at the moment. 77 coming out of pit lane. That is Corey Steinhauser. As I mentioned, you will lose a lap on pit lane. Emily Howe, Christina Ryan, Tyler Head, Brendan McGee, Mike Rasmus all down pit lane. How long can you go? Josh Chen, Evan Melanson, Ty McWhorter, Jeff Yinich, and Brandon Coppage are your top 5. Alex Bates in 6th. Kyle Benson, the second Team Red Bull car. We've not said his name much tonight. He is in 7th now. And then Christian Budd, the first of those to blink from pit lane this go around, is in 8th. As Josh Chen comes down the pit lane this time, so does Evan Melanson. New race leader will be Ty McWhorter, but it will not be at the line. Josh Chen led at the line there. So McWhorter will have to go another lap to try to get those 5 bonus points. '34 for Front Row Motorsports. Around pretty comfy. 1.3 seconds back to Jeff Yinich. Alex Bates there in 3rd. Kyle Benson in 4th. All 4 of them need to come down pit lane. And here comes McWhorter down pit lane this time. Jeff Yinich will resume the race lead for the 2nd time tonight. And grab a 2nd lap lead. No extra bonus points for the 2nd time. So nice to get your number atop the pylon. And they do look at that. Yinich top of the board. Alex Bates down in the 2nd spot. You see Kyle Benson already under attack here from Christian Budd. And Christian Budd's going to get around him. Solis is in this mix. This is going to be fun. On board Solis. No lap sled tonight for him, but he's trying to battle for the race win. Yinich and Bates both down the pit lane. And caution's out. Caution's out for the 3rd time tonight. Tyler Murray, we're hearing. Tyler Murray for the 3rd time. That is the 10 is Steve Brown right next to him. And we do have a look here at what happened. And yeah, they just bounce off each other here. We'll go back. Let's go back in time a little bit. 4 cars in this mix. Top of your board. We'll go ahead and move the top ticker so you can see the full picture. Ticker goes off. There we go. All right. So top of your screen. You got the 14. Going around here. That is Ken Huff in the 14. Steve Brown the 10. Tyler Murray in the 07. Brendan McGee in the 9. Pit stops taking place. We'll look at the replay here in ABN slow motion. That is Tom Millette the 6 off to the right-hand side of your screen. McGee shoots it to the bottom of the racetrack. For the 5 lanes in use. Through turns 1 and 2 here, excuse me. Looks like not a lot of no contact there between the 10 and the 07 the first go around. I don't know if the 07 gets loose or what happens there. Thankfully, neither of them make any major contact with either side of the walls here. A little bit of damage on that 10 car, though. You see the damage there on the side. And the 07's not in a much better position on the right side. Not the lightest of contacts, but they will have to roll and deal with it for now. So we are coming to 10 laps to go here. And a very interesting role of play here. Tyler Head will take over the lead of the race. Wild, wild, wild stuff so far. Emily Howe, Christina Ryan, Brennan McGee, Evan Melanson. They all came down pit lane at lap 54. They are taking the gamble that they can hold on to some of these positions. None of them top 15 before this caution. So they are holding on to the gamble that they can make it work. Melanson, remember, he's looking for top 35 in points. A top 5 would almost guarantee him that no matter what happens at Bristol. We'll see how that plays out, though. Then you look at those that have come down pit lane in some way, shape, or form. Alex Bates, Jose Solis Jr., Christian Budd, Jacob Potak, Sean Peleg. Your top 10 is right there. It gets more interesting the further down you go. Brandon McKissick, Dylan Roberts, Lucas Davila, Ryan Moyer, Evan Locke, your top 15. Josh Chen, Ryan Andrew, Kyle Benson, Gabriel Mauricio, Mike Rasmus, your top 20. Parker Alexander, Philip Snipes, Jeff Yinich, Jordan Barabee, and Blake Cannon make up your top 25. Christian Strader, Tom Willett, Lucas Strayer, Brandon Cruz, Craig Lautenslager, your top 30. Brandon Cobbage, Ty McWhorter, Hunter Waters, James Grantham, Ryan Daly, Hayden Rapa, Steve Brown, Anthony Kroback, Tyler Murray, Corey Cook, and Corey Steinhauser. Your top 41, all of them on the lead lap. Going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. "44 cars still circulating. Only retirement is your Daytona 500 winner, Colin Keister. The green flag flies. 9 laps to go. Tyler Head immediately ambushed by both Emily Howe and Christina Ryan. They go up to first and second. This is going to be a wild set of laps here. Christina Ryan gets a little loose. Tagged the wall, I think, out of 4. Brennan McGee's in the conversation. He's looking for third. 3 wide for second into turns 1 and 2. Ryan up top, Head in the middle, McGee on the bottom. And they're all chasing Emily Howe. Solis in the top 5 now. He slices and dices his way in. And he's in the fence. Solis grabbed the fence there. And the door's going to shut on him. He's going to have to check up big time there behind Tyler Head. Here comes Potak. 7 laps to go. Potak to the bottom of the racetrack. The 24. Missed Daytona. So he's already a race in the hole. He has 4 fresh tires. Will that help him out? Both the 55 gets loose and trouble. And this is a big one. You can tell by the flashing lights. You see the cars flashing all around here. Further down the order, that is Blake Cannon and Kyle Benson. And it looks like Ryan Daly, the 72, also involved. 4th caution. Freezes the field. With Potak in 3rd behind the 2 cars on older tires. This is going to be interesting. Let's take a look. This is going into turns 1 and 2. And I'm going to hazard a guess. It's already started. It has already started. Further up the field. Contact between Blake Cannon and Kyle Benson. Tale of two halves for Team Red Bull. One car up at the front of the field, the other sideways and backwards in turns 1 and 2 late on in this race. See if we can grab another look here, a little bit better of a look. And it doesn't look like it's Benson's fault here. It's just Blake Cannon washing up the racetrack. And there's not a whole lot anyone can do there. Blake Cannon up against the fence already. And how does Ryan Daly get a piece of this? Does he make contact, or does he just spin out to avoid it? It looks like he spins out to avoid it. Close. Very close. They're making contact with Kyle Benson. Just locks it up. Doesn't hit anything. There you go. That's probably the best three-car crash you can have. Not a lot of damage there. If anything, more damage to the 52, who ended up in the fence at all of that. Not a bad way to go, though. The pit stop's underway. If you're at the front of the field, you really can't pit now. Not going to have a lot of time left to go in this race. We know that. Free pass going to 15 of Nick Doucette. Go racing once again. Emily Howe and Christina Ryan, pressure is on them now. It's going to be wild to see how it plays out. Glad you're with us here on ABN. Going to be a wild shootout to see how this goes. Taking a chance to look at the live chat here before we go back racing. Back-to-back races at Fontana. Yeah, we got a season decider tomorrow night, the H2O Cup Series. But you already know that. Someone pointing out, is that Sean Pellick from Mooncar? Yes, it is Mooncar driver Sean Pellick. Sean Pellick in the 13th position, trying to make his way into the top 10. We'll see what he can do. Coming to 3 laps to go. Far from simple, far from easy. And that's the Winstel way. The green flag flies. And away we go. Hotak, pretty good launch. And Christina Ryan does not cover it off. Very interesting move there. Gives Hotak clear run to the bottom of the racetrack. That is very interesting. Christina Ryan gets a good run. Everyone's still chasing down Emily Howe. Sienna gets to the bottom of the racetrack. Christina Ryan going for the race lead. I don't know why I said going for pole. We're not qualifying. And now stuck middle 3 wide. This is a bad place to be. 2 laps to go. Emily Howe's got to hold off 4 more miles. Solis looking for a podium. Can he get back-to-back podiums here? He'd like a race win if he can. It is not going to be easy. He is on the inside lane at a time where the outside lane is packed. Here comes Potak. Can he get clear? He does. Potak clear. Trouble behind. Are we going to see a yellow? No. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here in Fontana, and they wreck big time on the front straightaway. Huge crash front straightaway. Everyone chasing down the defending champion who did not make Daytona. Jacob Potak leads through 3 and 4 for the final time. He's got 4 car lengths, but it's a blanket covering the rest of the top 4. To the checkered flag, it's Potak with the race win. Emily Howe in second in a career best 3rd for Christina Ryan. Christina Ryan completes the podium for the first time in her Winstel career. A gamble to a move to Toyota and Team Red Bull, and 2 races in, it's a podium. And Toyota's second and 3rd. But it's Jacob Potak, the defending champion. A race in the hole, now victorious in California. And a congratulatory gesture there from Josh Chen. Does not get a lot better than this. Jacob Potak victorious here in California. And he will burn it down at the Gatorade Victory Lane. Outstanding job here, Jacob Potak. He will celebrate in a massive way on the front straightaway until the engine gives out. Outstanding stuff here in California tonight. We will talk to our podium finishers here. Going to be an electric podium interview cycle here. Before we do that, let's go ahead and let us walk through the race results here in California. Jacob Potak, Emily Howe, Christina Ryan, Jose Solis Jr., and Brandon McKissick make up your top 5 here in Fontana. Brandon McGee, Christian Budd, Josh Chen, Luca Davila, and Gabriel Mauricio round out your top 10. Great run for everyone here, for McGee, for Howe, for Ryan, holding on to older tires to hold on to those top 10 runs. Great effort for them. Looking further down the order here, just outside the top 10, Alex Bates, a great recovery for that 00 car. Remember, spun around on lap 5 in this race. Got nose damage, never got it completely repaired. Had a parachute at the nose of that car for most of this race. Ends up in 11th. A fantastic run for Michael Waltrip Racing as a whole. Evan Locke, Ryan Moyer, 2 of the Richard Childress Racing machines between the 2 other Michael Waltrip Racing machines. Parker Alexander, the 3rd car for that team, 14th place. Great run of form for them. Philip Snipes, Sean Peleg, Christian Strader, the rookie, Mike Rasmus, Brandon Coppinger, and Hunter Waters, another rookie there in the top 20. No rookies in the top 10, 2 in the top 20 there. Christian Strader takes the honors of the best finishing rookie here in California. Hunter Waters doing a great job in that 13 car as well. Ryan Daly, Tyler Murray, Jeff Yinich, Tom Willett, Nick Doucette, Anthony Kroback make up a good portion of those positions outside the top 20. Kyle Benson, again, Taylor 2 has for Team Red Bull. Kyle Benson in late drama gets back up to 27th spot, but again, what could have been his teammates on the podium. We'll talk to her in just a couple minutes. Corey Cook, Craig Lautenslager, James Grantham, all in the top 30 here in Fontana. Scrolling down the rest of the order here, Brandon Cruz, Dylan Roberts, Steve Brown, Ty McWhorter, Ryan Andrew, Evan Melanson. Not the race that he was looking for. Again, a lot of drama at the end of that race. Melanson, one of those heavily affected by this, as was Dylan Roberts and Steve Brown. Lucas Strayer, Tyler Head, Corey Steinhauser, again amongst the calamity and the casualties here on the front straightaway coming to the white flag. Hayden Rapaugh holds on to 40th place ahead of Jordan Barabee, Ken Huff, Zach Tyndall, Blake Cannon, and Colin Keister, our first retirement from first to last in 7 days across his first 2 Winstel Cup Series starts. Absolutely wild race here in California, and we get to do more of it again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. You're welcome to be a part of the HTL Cup Series season finale right here in Fontana as they get ready to crown a champion. 4 drivers within a chance to have a title in their hands. All of them have a hand on it, ready to try to take both hands and lift that trophy up. Again, that's tomorrow night. Next Saturday, Arcsai Octane from No Limits, Texas, and then the Winstel Cup Series. The first race of the car tomorrow. We go racing at Thunder Valley next Sunday, right here, all of it on ABN. You're all welcome to be a part of it. That being said, we do have interviews to get through here. A first-time podium for Christina Ryan, who has done an incredible job so far. See if we can get everything lined up here to talk to our third-place finisher here tonight. Christina Ryan, this is Carmen from the ABN booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
A wild race, a wild gamble, and cautions in between. We saw how confident you were last week at Daytona, battling amongst the race leaders at Daytona. New team, new manufacturer. It took you so long to find results in your first 4 years. 2 races in to Team Red Bull and Toyota. It's a podium here in California. Walk us through it.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know. I mean, this is all I ever wanted from Winstel back in 2006. It was supposed to be 2007 next. All I ever wanted to do was drive this Red Bull car. I don't know. I think the results just came. We had a good car. We really did. I ran around the top 10 for most of the race. So like the fact that I kind of ended up in the front was because of strategy, but we were towards the front all day. So, honestly, I don't really know. We made that first pit stop and I was behind my roommate, Emily, and, we just followed her through that whole second stint and we just raced her way through the field. It was like a movie. We just plowed through everybody and we got in position and we got a little lucky with the pit stops, but I know a couple races ago, I maybe would have lost my composure under all that pressure, especially with racing guys like Potak and Jose. I mean, these guys are good. So I don't even know what to say. I'm just so over the moon with this. We were so close to a win, and I think, I'll be honest with you, if it stayed green, I think I could have got Emily. I think I had a better car in the short run, and it just is so rejuvenating after having gone through such a slog the last couple of seasons to be able to see clear racetrack and know that, I can do it. There's pace in this car and it's because of me. So I don't know. It's just, I feel like that was the best race I've ever driven in my life. And that's saying a lot. So I'm stoked.
it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Obviously, third place here in California. The concern going in was staying top 35. Obviously, top 35 going into the season gets you locked in the first 4 races. A podium basically guarantees that for you with 2 races to go, and you are still locked in those next 2 races to back that up. Car of Tomorrow's race is coming up, the next 2 races. What does this do for your confidence going into those next handful of races? We talk about results. You talked about last season not having a top 10 until Michigan and struggling to find those top 10s over the last 2 years. Not only were you in contention last week, you've got your first podium here. What does that do for you going into the great unknown of that car tomorrow, knowing now you have this stacked Winstel field and you've been at the front now and you finished where that 84 car has shown it should be?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like last year, I feel like I adapt really well to things. I'm maybe not the quickest driver, but I think I can think on my feet pretty light. And I think we showed that because that first race, I think it was the first or second race with the new car, was at Michigan. And, it wasn't the best package in the world, but I took advantage of it and got myself to where I needed to be. So I don't typically do good at Bristol, so I really have nothing to lose. I love the COT. It's going to be fun to drive for the first time in years competitively. And I just, we're just going to send it. Honestly, there's nothing to lose. We have such a cushion now. And, I'm going to finish 22nd anyway at Bristol, right? So anything can happen and let's go out and win another one, It feels like a win to be third, I guess I should say, but I want to see what we can do. It just feels incredible, and obviously I finished second like in the 2006 season at Talladega, but to be able to get my best ever finish on a non-plate track, I love this track so much. I'll never forgive them for tearing it down, and I think my first top 10 of my career came here way back in 2006 season, so I'm over the moon, Carmen, and I'm so glad that we had such a good race and got to do it with my fucking bestie and Emily. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but had to do it with my roommate, my bestie. So that was awesome. Sorry, but obviously excited. So yeah, I think we'll have a couple Red Bulls tonight.
We'll talk about Brandon about the 25-point penalty there in the swear jar. But a fantastic job. Hopefully we see you tomorrow night in California once again. The H2O Cup Series finale coming up here tomorrow night as we do double duty in Auto Club Speedway. Always fun seeing you race around here. So many good moments. This adds to it here in the Winstel Cup Series. Before we let you go and let you get on with that celebration, if there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. Congrats on a phenomenal drive. Team Red Bull has arrived in the Winstel Cup Series here in 07.
Oh, it feels good to hear it. I mean, obviously, shout out to Emily. Was just awesome running through the field with her. It was the first time in a while. We usually wreck each other in Winstel when we're around each other, so it's great to have a good change of pace and get some good results in for both of us. And obviously, shout out to Blake. I was hanging out with him and his girlfriend earlier today, and I just got home to run this race. So hi guys, I wonder if you were watching, but yeah. Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm over the moon. Big shout out. I can't name everybody right now. I'm so fortunate that there's so many people that support me every week, week in and week out, obviously. I love you guys all so much, and I'm glad results like this come every now and then to keep you guys as motivated as I am. So, and obviously a big shout out to everybody at Winstel for putting this on, and all the admin teams that work so hard over the off season, throughout the season to put on great racing like this. And obviously shout out to you. We love you, Carmen. It's going to be a fun one to watch back for sure.
An outstanding race here in California. We get to do it again tomorrow night. Christina Ryan opens her account with a podium. Third place in California Speedway. Team Red Bull on the board in a big way here in Fontana. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we move from one Toyota to another on the podium. 2 Toyotas in the front and center here in California. Michael Waltrip Racing, all 3 cars in the top 15 tonight. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It is Emily Howe on the podium, second place, leading coming to the white flag. Emily, obviously a wild run getting to the finish, but walk us through it, because strategy took a little bit, but this was also a race that it was just difficult across the board.
Yeah, I just kind of stuck the whole race, and then, kind of, in essence, I mean, got lucky, but also played the right strategy at the end. I know I called me and Christina in with 17 to go to split the run right in half, and then hope for either taking our 4 tires to the field or a yellow, which we got, and then just kind of hanging on and just running away from the field.
It worked out in a big way. As we mentioned it during the broadcast, neither of you were really top 10 conversation going into that last pit stop sequence. You make the gamble to stay out with less than 10 laps to go. It was you and Christina and 3 others. That was it that had stayed out on that run. The pressure was on there. Walk us through holding on. 5 laps didn't seem like a lot, but it looked massive just from our perspective. How different was the car on those 5-lap older tires, especially trying to get that run to the end?
Yeah, I just had no bite off the entire race. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I need to go back to the drawing board of our Toyotas and figure out something there. But it didn't feel too terrible. I know, like, the first run we got a yellow with 5 laps into the race, and I know guys stayed out in tires and really didn't fall back too far. So I knew that we could stay up there, but I didn't think we would be able to stay up there and, like, obviously not be challenged until the last lap. So that was great. And then towards the end, just really trying to help Christina. Like, I come to the line of try to give her draft and help her edge out Jose. So good to get a podium for Toyota to start the season. Wasn't expecting that. New program in the off season. Usually there's a lot of teething problems, but good to get in the spotlight here.
A fantastic effort. Great job for Toyotas across the board. As we mentioned, Michael Waltrip Racing, 3 cars, all of them top 15. Alex Bates recovering from a spin on lap 5 to recover to 11th. Parker Alexander 14th as well. Those Toyotas have something cooking this season. We move from the 4th generation car to the car tomorrow, the next 2 races. The great unknown for some, for others, very familiar territory. What's the feeling going into the next couple races for the 55 count?
Well, Bristol, I'm only there because I don't want to get fined and lose my top 35. That is my least favorite track to ever exist. I was so happy last year when we said, we're not going back to Bristol no matter what happens. And then, of course, something happens, and Brennan's like, oh, we're going to go back to Bristol now, guys. Oh, good idea. And, hey, if this year I don't flip on lap 0, I might be happy. I won't be happy, but it might be less angry than it was last year, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before.
That shouldn't make me laugh, but I just remember that the lap 0 just absolute
0 seconds of damage with the flip on lap 0. Can only happen to me. I got stuck on my roof and I couldn't tow. I go 5 down with no damage. I hate this track. Bomb it, Benjamin Netanyahu. Please bomb Bristol. I'll pay the swear jar fine or whatever fine in coups if we bomb Bristol, but please don't make me go to Bristol next week.
That being said, the car tomorrow, we are going to have some interesting races. I'm trying to recompose myself here. It's not just short ovals here. The next couple races.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, really. Next couple races are going to be interesting. Obviously, Bristol. Tell me how you really feel about Bristol. But you walk through sort of what these next couple races are going to be. It's not just Bristol. We get to do some fun races. We get to do plate races in the COT as well, which is not something we did in real life in 07. Overall, what is the excitement level being to try the COT out this year on some tracks that weren't run in real life?
I can't wait until we go to Bristol or to Vegas.
Vegas is the race after Bristol, for those that have not connected the dots.
Correct.
Looking beyond Thunder Valley here. Thunder Valley having a different meaning, I guess, after this interview tonight. Gonna be fun seeing how everything plays out here. A second place here in Fontana. A great way to start off the season, given everything that happened at Daytona a week ago. Before we let you go and let you plot and scheme to destroy Bristol Motor Speedway over the next 7 days, if there's anyone who doesn't say thank you to, the floor is yours. Congrats on the second place.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you to Toyota and everyone who put in, all the time in the offseason to put together this program. And thank you to Carmen for broadcasting and, helped me get Bristol off the schedule. And Brendan McGee for being sick and still doing race control, even though we probably shouldn't have. Big shout out to Christina for getting her first podium. I guess, non-plate podium.
Yeah.
She should have won the race if it stayed green. I did not have the pace to hold her off, but we got that yellow at the end, so settled for second and third there. But excellent job from the household. Really can't complain. Besides, bombing Potac too, but Champions Provisional, I guess, keeps them safe from that.
Well, remember, he also did not start Daytona, so he's got some work to do even still with his race win tonight. Emily, congratulations on the second place. My condolences to your next week performance in advance, regardless of what happens in Bristol next Sunday. But congratulations, and I'm sure we will watch with great interest as the 55 hits row 19 in Thunder Valley next week.
Yeah, see you all next week. Probably early.
That was Emily Howe's second place finisher. I need to compose myself real quick before we get to Jacob Potek. For those still watching, I appreciate it. Always a character. I have no words. That was wild. Someone who may have some words here missed Daytona 500 last week. Comes in and grabs a race win here. We heard from the other podium finishers. Jacob Potek, the defending Winstel Cup Series champion. First time in Hendrick Motorsports machinery here in Winstel. Walk us through that race, because this was a dominant car. Not so great final 10 laps you had to work through there.
Yeah, there was a lot of working going on, but I was really, really out of practice. I think it'd been like 3 weeks since I even had the sim loaded up, so was not expecting to be talking to you tonight, Carmen. Happy to be doing it, but really just a lot of unexpected stuff going on and taking advantage of it as best you can, because that's the thing with these races, is it's the ones that you're dominating all day and think doesn't go wrong, and then something goes wrong. You have those, but then on the other flip side, you have ones like these where you're just going to settle. It felt like I'd be third, fourth, or fifth, was going to be happy with that given the circumstances, but things flipped my way, and then just had to drive through the field and made a couple good moves. Runs played out the right timing, got a good caution there to get lined up behind Emily and Christina, and then just knew I had to get it done and did so. So really, really surprised, but going to take it. And probably the most I've been smiling after one of these events. I mean, I feel even better than the championship last year, because I just really was not at all expecting good things tonight. And once it got going underway, just kept my head down and made it happen at the right time.
Obviously, missing Daytona puts you in a hole going, obviously, into tonight's race. Obviously, I believe you were in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, for the real life cup race last Sunday. So understandable. That being said, this is the curveball season for just about everybody. You come in, you do a Gen 4 race here tonight, and then the next two races, Bristol and Las Vegas. Car tomorrow, completely different car. Everything you brushed up on your dance moves for, you're not going to touch again for another 3 weeks. What does that do for you, and does this race win help sort of get you back on that right track to go on that championship defense?
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to have to watch it back. I think I also flipped on lap 0 last year at Bristol, so there's definitely a little bit of insurance in case that happens. So gotta try and have a good time. I mean, I like Bristol, but Winstel, it's never been good to me. Never had a single good run at all, I think. So gonna try and change that. But yeah, the win, I definitely was thinking that with missing Daytona, and if something bad happened tonight, it was Bristol's not where you want to go, in need of a good finish for sure. So gonna just have some more fun again.
Fun, according to some, is an interesting word to have when it comes to Bristol next Sunday. I think that 24 car is going to at least look really good in Thunder Valley in 7 days' time. The car tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun just to see on the racetrack. For the first time for us here on ABN, we've never broadcasted a car tomorrow race, so that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. That being said, your championship defense officially starts here, and it starts the way you ended last season, and that is with a race win. Before we let you go and let you obviously celebrate and brush up on those dance moves for the car tomorrow for the next couple races, if there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. A fantastic job today. You said you were okay with selling for a top 5, overachieved under your own estimation. For us, it looked like that 24 car was hooked up all race long. But take it away if there's anyone you want to shout and say thank you to.
Oh, of course, thank you, Carmen. Definitely want to say shout out to Emily for a fantastic setup. It was really fun racing the whole race, and then also got a second place to back it up. And shout out to Christina too. Loved seeing that top 3. Just deserving drivers that are super fun to race around and always gonna race you clean. So really happy for them, and thanks to everybody else at Winstel putting it on. Bud made me that Chromax Pro little special paint scheme. Those were one of my favorites to watch growing up when Jeff Gordon run that Fontana. So fun to give that the win it never got. And shout out to you, Carmen. Loved it and just love watching these back, and excited to do it again next week.
Gonna be a lot of fun. The 24 car's got a huge variety of paint schemes on offer this season. All of them look really good. Jacob Potak, defending Winstel Cup Series champion, missed Daytona. No problem there. Comes out and grabs the race win. Most laps led here as well in Fontana. We'll see him again, try to do it again in Thunder Valley. Jacob, congratulations.
Thank you, Carmen.
And that'll do it for us here. Live interviews in the books. We're glad you joined us here tonight. As we mentioned, more racing to come. This has been the Winstel Cup Series racing on ABN here in California. We have another night here on the West Coast. Tomorrow night, HTL Cup Series action, 8 p.m. right here on Twitch. The HTL Cup Series season finale from Auto Club Speedway. We are excited, we hope you are too, to see a new champion crowned here in HTL. High Octane for ARX goes to No Limit Texas on Saturday. And the next Sunday, Winstel Cup Series goes to Thunder Valley, Bristol Motor Speedway. Next Sunday, 7:45 p.m., all the action begins right here on ABN. For everyone that is tuned in, we appreciate you being with us. We love you. We're glad you've had a fun weekend with us. The action continues tomorrow night in 24 hours. Until next time, I'm Carmen Sienna. On behalf of Winstel and ABN, stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow night. So long, everybody.